What's up everyone, and welcome back for another video here on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video and for always supporting and returning. For those who do not know me, my name is Monet. I am 26 years old. I am a single budgeter. I utilize the cash envelope system, and this system has been helping me for the past 3 years. It helped me get out of debt and it's going to help me save. So I just really enjoy this system. I enjoy showcasing, and I'm here to help inspire and educate anybody that wants to do it as well. So if that interests you and you enjoy the content, then please be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button and join the family. We would love to have you, and don't forget to click the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload my next video. So within today's video, as we can tell, we are going to be getting into a cash envelope stuffing. We're going to be cash stuffing my second paycheck that I received for the month of May, which was on May 19th. And I'm just going to show you guys how I decided to allocate those funds and budget everything out. Now, as we all know, I've just been through a big, big move, which is why I've been absent for a couple of weeks, but I am happy to say that I have now moved. I am in my new place. It's put together for the most part. There's always going to be just extra things that I want to add. But yeah, you guys, I'm here, I'm settled, and I am ready to get back into my finances because I just feel better when I know that everything is done how it's supposed to be. So the way we do things around here is that I'm going to go to my paycheck breakdown sheet, and then I will show you guys exactly how I decided to budget out my paycheck. All right, so here I am with my paycheck breakdown sheet. If you do not know, all of the sheets that you see me use within my channel, I do provide them available for digital download if you think that they would be helpful. I have them within my Etsy and I have them within my website, and the links for all of that is always down in the description, so be sure to check that out if you find it helpful. So as I said, filling out this sheet, we are going to get into paycheck number 2. I actually did budget out my first paycheck, which I will show you guys here. I filmed it and everything, but I was just so busy. I didn't have time to upload. Time got away from me, and then the month was halfway gone, so I just never posted it. But just to quickly reference it and to share with you guys of like where my headspace was when I decided to budget out my paycheck. So this was paycheck number 1. And if you guys remember from my budget setup, I told you guys that my first paycheck, I was only getting paid for half weeks of work. So I did not receive basically a full 2 weeks pay for the paycheck. So with this money, I really wanted to utilize putting money into my savings. So these are my main 3 savings goals that I'm prioritizing, and you'll see that within my budget. I am gonna upload a separate video later just to share exactly what are my savings goals, what I'm trying to do, and how I will achieve them. But I did, start focusing on that, and that's really a big priority for myself. Now that I'm done with debt, I'm really in the mindset of save, save, save. So I wanted to put a portion of the money from my first paycheck towards that. I put it towards, basic necessities to help me go on for the next 2 weeks, like my spending, groceries. And then I had some expenses that I had to pay. I like to split my rent in half so that, it doesn't take up your full paycheck. But again, being that this paycheck was light, I didn't put a lot of money towards rent for my first paycheck. So that means for the second paycheck, we're gonna be putting majority of it towards rent, which is fine. I knew that this month was gonna be a rough month, and then in June, I'll start to see things flow how I, enjoy them and how they usually are. But along with rent, I paid for my storage unit for the last time, paid for my internet and my car insurance. So that was basically a breakdown of paycheck 1. And now let's go ahead and budget our paycheck number 2. All right, so once again, we're gonna go over here and put the date. I received this pay on May 19th, and the income source is going to be from my full-time job. So again, just to reference the amount, this is going to be my total 2 weeks worth of pay, and I take out all of the additional deductions. So like my 401k is taken out, health insurance, a tithe, and my dental. So by the time you get to the number that I'm writing here, it's after all of those deductions have been taken out. So for this paycheck, we're going to be working with an amount of $2,138. So that will be our total. And we're gonna go ahead and get started with expenses. So as I told you, most of this is going to rent. So this is going to be due June 1st. And I'm gonna note this as the second half of my rent. And I did get the bill for an estimated water and sewer. My leasing agent told me I wasn't gonna get it this month. It was gonna come next month, but I don't know. It's here. I saw the amount. So with that, for the remaining of my rent to complete it, I will have to set aside $1,390. And then in addition, with my utilities, on May 25th, I have to pay my electricity. And for the month, I was charged $88. So I don't know if that's like average. And as I'm here longer, I will be able to gauge what this expense will be monthly. And then the last expense that I like to notate is going to be for gas. Gas I like to keep on my debit card. I go to Costco, and for the next 2 weeks, that's going to be $50 that I budgeted for that. So if we go ahead and total up all of my expenses, the amount for this section will be $1,528. So next we move on to our cash portion. So these are just all the categories that I like to keep within my wallet, and I carry cash for them just so I can, really watch my spending on these certain things. So the first thing I have up is spending. Spending, I'm gonna give myself $60. I am thinking that I'm gonna increase my spending more than what I used to do in the past, just because I don't know, I feel like I just kind of need a reward. Especially this week, I increased my spending because after, everything that I've been through, all the stress, I just want to treat myself to something nice and, have the money for it. So I'm giving myself $60 for spending. And then following that, it will be groceries. This is another expense that I think going into June, I'm going to raise, because I'm sure we all know the price of groceries is going up, and I just want to, be more realistic with my budget in terms of what I'm spending on groceries. But for this week, I gave myself $85 because I still have some leftover money within my wallet, so it will just add to that. Following groceries, it is toiletries. That is only gonna get $10. I restocked on a lot of my toiletries that I need, and it's just, myself, so I don't go through them as quickly. And I received a gift card from my best friend, so shout out to her. It was a late Christmas gift, but nonetheless, I appreciate it. And I was able to restock on some makeup. So, I should be set in terms of toiletries for a good month. And then up next, we have clothing. I'm just gonna give this $10. As I shared before, I'm not like a big clothes shopper. I buy it when I need it. So that's not really a priority for myself. And then last, we have eating out, and that will be getting $15. And that's just kind of in line with groceries. I still had some leftover money, so I just added $15 to give me a little boost for the next 2 weeks. So totaling up everything within cash, that gives me $180. Going over here next, we have my sinking funds. Being that, as I said, I had to prioritize rent, sinking funds really did not get any love this month, but it's okay. I'm in an okay spot with them. Like all of the important bills that I need to be saving for or have to be paid for, they're paid. So that's all I can ask for. And my sinking funds just kind of took a back burner for this month. So I'm not gonna allocate anything to sinking funds because I wanted to add the money towards my savings. So before savings, we have debt, but we know that's zero because thankfully I am debt free. And here we can get into my savings. So the first thing I have is like my personal savings that I did have to use to help me in terms of my move. Last time I spoke with you guys, it was at like $5,000, but I did have to dip into it, just to furnish and get me started. So I kind of want to build that back up to a comfortable amount. So that's going to get $75. The next saving is for my emergency fund. This is obviously a priority that I want to begin working on, being that I have my own place now, and I want to make sure that I'm covering myself if anything happens. So that's definitely something I want to start saving into, and that will be getting $165 from this paycheck. And then the last savings is for my home fund or my house fund. Not necessarily a house that I'm gonna buy anytime soon, but you know, just a fund to start building on it. I share that I am like a condo girl. I really do enjoy condos, so that's probably like where I'm thinking I'm trying to save up for as of right now. But you know, it's just a home fund for something in the future that I can have for myself, owned by me. So I'm just gonna get started on that, and that's gonna be $185 that will go towards that. So totaling up all of my savings to $425. And then last here we have my rollover, which is just my buffer cushion for like little miscellaneous things that might come through. I always set aside $5, and then the buffer just builds up gradually within my checking account. But here we have our total to withdraw. This is going to be our cash stuffing that we're going to do today. So we're going to add 180 plus 425, and that will give us $605 that we will be stuffing today. So that is how we're going to budget for paycheck 2 for the month of May. Not ideal, but I'm just blessed and happy that I'm able to pay my bills and still be able to do what I need to do. So now that I have my breakdown, I'm just going to head to the bank, get the cash, and when I get back, we'll go ahead and get started with the cash stuffing. All right, you guys, so here we are back from the bank. We got our cash right here. Here is my bank slip to show how I broke off my denominations of 605. This is just my Post-it that I also have available within my shop if you like this. I also sell the bank bag, and my shop is back up and running after being closed because of the move. So now that I have the cash, I'm just gonna set us up and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, we have our cash set up. We got the money up at the top, the binder that holds my sinking funds and my savings, and then my cash dividers for my things that I carry in my wallet. So we're just gonna set the binder to the side as always and get started with our cash dividers. All right, so first up we have spending. Spending is going to get $60. So we will go ahead and get that in 20s. I am still participating in the dollar challenge. So if I come across any dollars, I take them out, put them to the side, and I add them to the jar that has not been getting a lot of love this year, but every dollar counts, so it's still fine. So adding $60, that now puts my spending at 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So $100 for my spending, and I'm going to treat myself to something that I enjoy and not feel guilty about it. Next up, we have groceries. Groceries is getting $85. So we will do $80 in 20s and then a $5 bill. So within groceries, let's see if I have singles. I do, so we can set that to the side. And then adding to what I have, that will now give me a total of 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 15. So $115 to add to my groceries for the next 2 weeks. Up next, we have toiletries. Toiletries is getting $10, so we will do a 10 bill. Looking at what I have, no singles, so that gives me 20, 40, 50. So $50 in total for toiletries. Moving along, it is clothing. That's getting 10 as well, so another $10 bill. No singles, so now clothing has 10, 20, 30. $30 there. And then last up is eating out. That is getting 15, so a 10 and a 5. And again, no singles, but now that totals eating out to 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So $40 within that. Miscellaneous is used for if I want to deposit any cash back to the bank. But as for my dividers, we are set. Go ahead and grab my wallet and add that back in. Right? So there we go, ready to spend and use the cash as I need. we see here that I have my singles, and that's a total of $1, $2, $3, $4 that we were able to save. Gonna go ahead and grab my lovely dollar jar and add our $4 to the mix. There we go. Next up, I have my coin jar, so I can add my coins, but I don't even know if I have any, if I'm being honest. So looking within my wallet. All right, so I do have a few coins, so we can go ahead and add that. That's how much we have. All right, and then this will just be another savings challenge that we will count up at the end of the year. All right, so we stuffed all of our dividers. Now we can go ahead and bring out the binder and begin stuffing my savings. So we're just gonna bypass all of our sinking funds. They're not really a priority this month, and get started with savings. So within the savings, we said we were adding $75. So here we have 50, 70, 75. And looking in our savings, let's add that and see where that puts us. So we have $1,500 in the bank. These are just placeholders that I also create to signify the cash that I have in the bank that's not within the envelope. So we have 1,500 there. And then in actual cash, we have 600, 700, 800, 900, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80. So that's a total of $1,980 that I have now within my savings. So I should be able to place out another $500 placeholder and put that in there. But you know, overall, just trying to grow my savings back. It was there because I needed it and I used it. And now we're just gonna steadily, you know, put it back where it's a reasonable amount. So right after savings, we get into emergency fund. So I just went ahead and just made a quick envelope for that. I do have cash in here from the first cash stuffing from paycheck number 1. And then with this paycheck, we're adding 165. So 150, 10, and a 5. 150, 65. And then adding that to what we have. That will now put this envelope at 100, 200, 250, 300, 10, 20, 25, 30. So $330 we now have for our emergency fund. All right, and after emergency fund, we have our house fund, our home fund. I interchange between the two, but it's getting $185. So that should be what is left. And that is 150, 70, 80, 85. Adding to what was already in the envelope. Let's see where that puts us for a total. So now we have 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75. So $375 I now have for my home fund. All right, so there we see all of the cash is gone, and that will complete another successful cash envelope stuffing. All right, so with that being said, I just hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you have any suggestions, recommendations, then please be sure to leave those down in the comments as well. Let me know what you enjoy and some things that I can, you know, look into. If you did enjoy the content and you aren't yet subscribed yet and you are thinking about it, then please be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button and join the family. But as of today, you guys, that's all I have. Thank you so much for joining, and I will catch you all next time in my next video. Bye, guys.